Rap superstar music artist Cardi B was sued in federal court for $5 million for using a copied tattoo on the cover art of her album Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 1. The album cover depicts a large tattoo of a tiger and a snake inked on the back of a dark-skinned male model who was posing suggestively with Cardi B in the back of a limousine. The tattoo, perhaps appropriately titled Born to Lose, first appeared in a photograph of the back of Kevin Brophy, who was a white male living in Southern California. Brophy sued the rap artist, claiming that his likeness was taken and used by Cardi B on her album cover without his permission, and he wanted to be compensated for the damages resulting from that use. This is a super interesting case, not just because it involves a famous rap musician and very colorful personality in Cardi B, but also because it really is a close case. It wasn't clear who was going to win, either Cardi B or plaintiff Kevin Brophy. And as we'll see later in this video, Cardi B may not be out of the woods just yet. Hi, my name is Carr Ferrell. I'm a Silicon Valley intellectual property attorney. Welcome back to my channel. Now, Kevin Brophy's case boiled down to two allegations. Number one, that Cardi B was unjustly enriched by the use of his likeness on her album cover. That is, but for her album cover and the use of Brophy's likeness on that album cover, she would not have sold nearly as much music. And so Brophy felt that he should be compensated for these extra sales as the result of the use of his likeness. And Brophy's second argument was that he was socially, emotionally, and reputationally damaged by the presence of his likeness on Cardi B's album cover in such a provocative and compromising way. Now, importantly, Brophy never alleged that he owned the tattoo that Cardi B copied. And likewise, the photo of Brophy's back, which was photoshopped onto the male model used in the cover art in Cardi B's album, was not allegedly owned by Brophy. He did not own copyrights in either the tattoo or the photograph. And these are important points of law that I've discussed in others of my videos. The tattoo owner is generally not the person who has the tattoo. The tattoo owner, the copyright owner in the tattoo, is the artist. And likewise, the copyright owner in a photograph is not the person who is in the photograph, but rather the person who takes the picture. All that Brophy could rely on in this case was that his likeness and image was being used for commercial purposes, and that use in a compromising and provocatively sexual way had caused him significant emotional and social damage. So let's talk first about the use of Brophy's likeness on Cardi B's cover art. Now, for this first legal assertion, Brophy was relying on California Civil Code 3344. The code states in relevant parts, any person who knowingly uses another's name or likeness in any manner or in products, merchandise, or goods without such person's prior consent shall be liable for any damages sustained by the person or persons injured as a result thereof. Now, Cardi B's defense was that the statute requires a knowing use of someone's likeness. And Cardi B said that the cover art was actually designed by a third party. She didn't know Brophy at all. No reference was made to Brophy in her cover art, and Brophy didn't really have a public presence that would have provided a commercial value to her in using him in the cover. Cardi B also pointed out that the male model used in the cover art was actually a black male, and that he didn't have tattoos all the way up his neck, as did the Brophy photo. And the second cause of action, Brophy argues that he was socially, emotionally, and reputationally damaged by the use of his likeness on the cover art of Cardi B's album. Now, Cardi B persuasively argued from the witness stand at trial that this wasn't Brophy at all. It was a famous Canadian model. And she argued, it's not your client's back. It's not him. To me, it doesn't even look like his back at all. The tattoo was modified, which is protected by the First Amendment. Cardi B said the image hasn't hindered Brophy's employment with a popular surf and skate apparel brand, nor his ability to travel the world for opportunities. He hasn't gotten fired from his job, she said. He hasn't gotten a divorce. How has he suffered? He's still in the surf shop at his job. Please tell me how he suffered. Clearly impressed by Cardi B's vigorous testimony, they found for Cardi B on both counts. First of all, that Brody's likeness was not misappropriated for commercial purposes in the promotion of Cardi B's cover art. And secondly, that he was not emotionally, socially, and reputationally damaged as he claimed to the level of $5 million. But I would not call this a slam dunk decision. While I was waiting for the jury to deliver its decision, I really didn't know how this was going to end up. You see, what constitutes someone's likeness is not really clear. It could be their face, but it could be some other feature. For example, in Brophy, the essence of his likeness could have been the tattoo on his back. That may have been the way that he was recognized by the public. But also in this case, he wasn't enough of a public figure where people could look at the tattoo, look at his back and say, hey, that's Brophy. I think venue could also have played a part in this case, as the jury was selected from the area around Los Angeles and was probably pretty familiar with Cardi B and her works. This might have been a completely different result had it taken place, say, in Wichita, Kansas or Omaha, Nebraska. And I also think Brophy overreached in this case. He was just asking for too much. $5 million just seems like a lot of money for whatever he may have suffered. Had it been a more reasonable number, maybe $10,000 for his troubles, for having had the tattoo on his back used on Cardi B's album cover, I'm betting that would have led to a more positive result. Should Brophy have received something for his troubles and for the use of his tattoo on Cardi B's successful album cover? I'd love to see your comments in the comments section below. Let me know what you think. But the jury decision aside, there's a couple of really important elements of tattoo law that we need to keep in mind. Number one, the person who has the tattoo is generally not the owner of the tattoo. It's the artist who inks the tattoo on you, usually who owns the artwork and has the copyright, owns the copyright in the tattoo. And secondly, Brophy clearly did not own the picture of the tattoo because he couldn't possibly have taken the photograph on his back. So this begs the question, who owns the copyright? I've checked the Copyright Office for the registration of the tattoo, and for sure, neither Cardi B nor Brophy owns a copyright registration in the tattoo, at least at the time I checked. Definitely out there somewhere, there's a copyright owner in the tattoo, probably the original tattoo artist. So this may not be over for Cardi B just yet. If you'd like to learn more about the law of tattoos, watch this next video. I'll see you over there.